I'm not gonna lie to you, the biggest difference on defense was it looked like the Bulls were trying, but also Billy Donovan trying some different rotations. I'll ask you this, I'll ask the chat this: do you like how Billy Donovan kind of rotated the lineups in and out? We saw a couple of different ones, right? Like, I don't know if Javonte Green ends up starting to start the season. I don't know if that's gonna all of a sudden be his role coming in, but I did like the lineup coming off of the bench where you saw Dragic, Drummond, Kobe White, Patrick Williams, Caruso. I liked that lineup defensively. I thought that lineup brought a lot of defense to the team. I thought that's kind of where you saw the separation come in. If Kobe White can get himself going, that's a lineup that absolutely can score the basketball as well. So there's a lot of good in that lineup, whether that's just a lineup that rotates in, rotates out. You don't want to start Pat. I mean, like, I'm going to be honest with you. Starter in the NBA is like, it sounds cool, but like, Jordan Clarkson to me right now was better than Mike Conley, and Jordan Clarkson's a 6-man.
Oh, for sure.
So like starter to bench don't mean. Yeah, I mean, like there's dudes right now like Caruso. I don't think it's crazy that Caruso's a better player than Ayo Dosunmu. I was your starting point guard.
I wouldn't. That's a hard take. I can see where you're going with it.
I'm just saying, like, Caruso could be your starting point guard on this team.
Caruso has had the moments to show what he can do.
Yeah.
Ayo's only had one season, but he was definitely granted a starter role, which, in fact, Ayo started over Caruso. I can't say Caruso.
But Caruso was hurt last season.
That's true.
Caruso was hurt last season, and then when we got to the playoffs, right, Caruso started over Ayo.
No, one thing I would say is he is more experienced. But
Shout out to Obvious Shirts in the building, man. Hey, Obvious Shirts, what's going on, man? We gotta get.
I can't say he's better.
We gotta get that sponsorship back up and running.
Hey, thank you, because I definitely still got my shirt about the buzzer. Anyway, the one thing I will say is that if Javonte does make that leap into the starting role, let's not act like he didn't earn it.
Well,
he's like our second leading rebounder.
No, 100% right, but I think the question
6'4".
I think the question that comes in with that is, again, are you putting Vooch in a bad position? What was our biggest gripe with Vooch?
Well, our biggest gripe was that he didn't have any help down there.
Again, is he going to have help?
That's
you know what I mean? Like, if Javonte's coming off of the bench to be your 4, Javonte started at the 4 tonight. When Javonte Green plays the 2, I love it. I think he's got, first off, I think he's such a bully. He actually has an advantage over a lot of people.
I don't think he's a 2.
What you think he is? He's playing the 4 right now. He's 6'4".
Well, Draymond has really helped me appreciate, no pun intended.
No punch intended.
I hate you.
No pool intended.
Your height doesn't necessarily matter, because he's 6'8" on a good day, and he plays center.
Yeah,
and he's matched up against Jokic, who's 7 feet. He's matched up so. It's all about what your skill set lends to.
Yeah.
Dennis Rodman played center at times for the Bulls. Realistically, he really did. He's not a center, but it's based off what your skill set is, and his skill set was rebounding. Javonte Green had developed a 3-point shot, but last season he couldn't really shoot, in my opinion. What did he do for us? He rebounded. Yeah. So I think Billy Donovan is flirting with the idea and seeing how it works out. And it's a lineup that could work really well against teams that don't have a defined big front court.
Well, here's the thing, right? It's a lineup we know can win. We've seen it.
For sure.
We've seen it.
I wouldn't play that against the Timberwolves when they got both Karl Anthony Towns and
I wouldn't play it against most of the teams in the East that matter. I think that's the tough part for me, right? Like Javonte knocking down the 3, I love to see it. I love that he can defend everybody on the court. I don't expect to see that long term. I think that this was literally just I want to test out how this rotation is going to look right away. Right, but like that, to me, this is a lineup you guys are comfortable with. Javonte was our starting 4 last season. But again, what did we talk about? Most of the season, me and you were on here talking about, hey, listen, the reason Vooch looks bad is because he's got 3 dudes down there grabbing rebounds over him, and his power forward is 6'4". I don't want to go through that experiment again. I'm not saying that's where we're heading, but You know what I mean? Like, I just think that if you're gonna be successful, you do need to see more size in the lineup. P. Will gives you more size, and P. Will, if he gives me more size and he plays the way he did in the second half tonight, I feel good about it. P. Will was more aggressive in the second half, and maybe I'll ask you this, right? Could that be what this is about? We need to separate P. Will from DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine.
Absolutely. He's not giving them what they need offensively just yet. I think he has to earn that. So it's best to put him in a situation that, one, it lets him know that there is opportunity for you to start.
Yeah.
But let's take a lot of this pressure off of you, because that may not be the best thing for you to develop your game. And so that's just knowing your personnel and just being a good coach. I feel like, and again, he came off the bench in college. I do believe. Yeah, he came off the bench in
he did. No, he did. He was off the bench.
And so
that's a weird team, though. It's a tough team, because literally, like, I've never seen a team where everybody averages 10.
It's just the way they play.
It's system. It's so system.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you know, I think who was on a team like that? That's a legend. Vince Carter may have been on a team like that, where his college numbers don't really show. And I think he's the player.
Duke, ain't it?
I'd have to go back and look at it, but I believe
Duke?
he's a player. Don't kill me if I'm wrong, but just off the top, I think.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of them, right? Zach LaVine in college, Devin Booker in college, right? They were bench pieces. They turned into this, but like they were bench pieces at one point. So,
hey, listen, the one thing we say is we wanted a coach, we got a coach, and the one thing we know about this particular coach is he is really good at developing young talent.
Yeah. So
let him develop the young talent. We may have to just come off the idea that P. Will was ready to do something that we weren't.
UNC, I tweet. That's a big tweak. Yeah.
Not really. I mean, you always talk about, UNC and Duke, and so I mean it's easy.
Yeah, but it was him and AJ.
It's still an easy mix-up. I mean, we're talking about
tough.
Like, who sits there and walks around saying, "Yeah, I know where college Vince Carter went." Like, no one. Like,
there's a lot of people that know the college game. I'm just getting into the college game, so like, I'm just getting into the college games. That is what it is.
P. Will is the worst player on the team. Now that's cap.